Well, welcome everybody, and welcome to this wonderful new space. My name is Mary Agnes Hilton, and I am the current branch manager of the Eagle Branch Library. All I can say is, wow. I don't know about you, but I come into this space, and I'm just so amazed. And I've been in here several times over the past few weeks, and every time I come in, I am just so amazed. So thank you all for joining us today in the celebration of this beautiful new dream space we call Eagle Library. Dream space, because that's what a public library is, isn't it? It's a place where you can come and be inspired to dream. And I hope everybody continues to come on back. I'm so thrilled with our turnout, and again, appreciate everybody coming out. It's my privilege as the most recent branch manager to turn the page in the next chapter of Eagle Library's long and vibrant life. For those of you who may not be familiar with the history of Eagle, the branch began serving the community in 1960 in a storefront near 30th and Lafayette Road, where it was the first branch in the library system to be located in a shopping center. It soon outgrew its space because, as we know, all the library lovers in the community just couldn't get enough. So soon they had to move to a new facility located at 34th and Georgetown in a spacious 12,000 square foot facility. And it also had the distinction of being the very first regional in the library system. So for all of you who have been visiting us there, welcome back. We're so pleased to have you. For everybody who's new, welcome to you too. So today, June 1st, 2019, marks another new library chapter in this bright and beautiful 20,000 square foot facility at 3905 Moller Road. Rolls off your tongue. 3905. It took me a while, but in a new zip code too, but we're getting there. So the spirit of Eagle is alive and well and soaring high in the center of the international marketplace. So many people have worked so hard to make this dream a reality. At this time, I would like to personally thank them for their contributions. And I tried to get everybody, but there's probably someone I've forgotten, and if I do, please forgive me. But I just want to send out a blanket thank you right now. One special mention that I would like to address is expressing appreciation to the Scientech Club Foundation. Is anyone here from the foundation? Okay. For their generous financial contribution in memory of their former member, Barbara France Storer, Eagle Library's first branch manager, and she worked at the storefront location. And I had the privilege of working with Barbara after she retired, when she continued to sub at the various libraries around town, and she was so much fun to work with. I especially want to thank our CEO, Jackie Unitas, for her vision to incorporate the branch's sorely needed renewal, no pun intended, into the library's strategic plan. John Helling, Director of Public Services, for his guidance in the planning stages. Our Library Board of Trustees for their dedication, guidance, and support under the leadership of Ann Sonders, President. Our City County Councilors, who continually affirm the value of the public library and the services it provides to foster lifelong learning in the community. The Library Foundation, who continually reach out into the community to secure funding to support over 75% of the library's programs, all of whom you enjoy. Our architectural design team, Browning, Day, Mullins, and Deerdorf, with a shout out especially to Jonathan Hess and Dave Long. Dave, back there. Landon's here too, and Dan's here too, for carefully assessing and listening to the needs of the community and library staff, then developing a set of blueprints that incorporated those needs into the design for this library. Stens Corporation, especially Kent Sutton and Cameron Norris, who helped transform those blueprints into this beautiful, tangible result that surrounds us. The IndyPL facilities team, who have worked very hard under the directorship of Sharon Smith in shepherding the new Eagles redevelopment through every stage. Collection Management Service Area for making the brand new shiny book covers you see on the shelves around you possible. IT Department, who worked many long hours to ensure our computers deliver nothing but high quality connectivity that we will continue to enjoy going forward. Communications and Promotions for helping us get the word out about the new library to the community in all avenues of the media. And of course, all of our community partners who are here today, who have tables out in the other parts of the room, who are here to talk to us about their organization and all the many sources and resources that they can provide. I would like to especially thank the International Marketplace Coalition for lending us the beautiful artwork that you see around the walls. They are loaning it for us for a little bit, and it really adds such a really beautiful touch to this new building, and we appreciate that, and thank you so much. To the Eagledale Neighborhood Association, who has been longtime supporters for us in the community, and we are still here for everybody, and we just want to make sure everybody knows that they can continue considering us your library. Because I know we moved from Eagledale, and we're not the Eagledale Library of the Eagle, but I know it's always lovingly referred to that. Meyer, also for being a good community partner, and bless their hearts, their very graciousness, allowing us to continue parking over into their lot today, because I had a feeling we were going to need it. The Immigrant Welcome Center, Eskenazi Health Center West, Shalom Healthcare Center, Global Gifts, Familia Dental. We thank you all. And saving the best for last, I would like to thank my amazing Eagle staff who have worked tirelessly as a team to help birth this baby. People congratulate me on the new branch, but it's really they who deserve the congratulations for a job well done and whose support I value tremendously. They make me proud every day. Thank you. And now, without further ado, I would like to introduce our library CEO, Jackie Unitas.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary Agnes. We really appreciate the accolades and the history lesson, because this library has a long history of serving this community. One of the members in our audience today that I want to salute is a part of that history, and that is Ray Natt, who is the library director during much of the early Eagle history. Ray, thank you for your continued support for this library. I want to acknowledge our library board members that are here with us today. Dr. Pat Payne is here, and Dr. Jett, and Ann Sonders, our board president. That's all I saw before I came up front. For those of you who have some sense of how long it took us to get to today, there are 3 names on the plaque out in the entranceway of some board members who are no longer in service to the board, but who I do want to give some credit to, and that is Lillian Charleston, Dorothy Crenshaw, and David Wantz, because the decision to build a new library for this community was part of the strategic plan, and they knew when they made that decision that they were going to have to do a tough thing, and that was to move a library from a well-loved location to a new location. And that's a tough thing to do. You know, if it was easy, it would mean people didn't care about us, but it's hard because people do care very strongly about their library. And so those folks were part of the board at the time that early decision was made, and I do want to credit them for their courage, if you will. We have lots of elected officials here today, and we are grateful for your constant support, because the library, while we're a municipal corporation, there isn't much that we get to do without the rest of the elected officials in the city blessing it. So thank you for your blessings and your continued understanding of the work that we are here to do for the community. To the longtime Eagle users, welcome to your new home. And that nostalgia that you have about the old building, it'll wane. You'll be okay. You'll get used to this one. Change can be hard, but it is so rewarding. This new library is an exciting place in the middle of an exciting place, the International Marketplace. And from here, we're going to be able to serve one of the most diverse segments of the population in all of Indianapolis. All you have to do is drive around and you see that the business community in this part of the city is unbelievably rich and fascinating. The statistics show that the immigrant community is highly entrepreneurial, and we see evidence of that all around this part of the city. And that means that there will be many, many opportunities for this library to partner with those businesses to support their growth, to educate their employees, and most of all, to serve their families. And we look forward to that. Our staff is right for this work. They are pretty diverse. I will say, Mary Agnes, we need a couple of guys on this team. So any men out there who want to work for the library, we'd like to talk to you, please, okay? But there is a great staff here, and they have really come to know this community and to reach out to this community. Under Mary Agnes's leadership, they have been out there with their programs. The fun thing now is they have the space to invite more of those community members into the library. And so we will be able to fire up our engines on both of those fronts and do more for the community. The World Language Collection that you've seen here is very rich. We're excited about being able to offer that to the community, and I'm excited about the chance for more of those folks to come in, use our computers, and attend all of our programs. The building itself is probably our smartest building yet. Solar on the roof, sophisticated lighting controls, other smart building elements in the design will assure that we achieve LEED status for this building, which is a goal for the library and all of our new construction. I want to echo Mary Agnes's thanks to the team at Browning Day for a great design, and once again to our friends at Stentz Construction for the great partnership that we have with them. They have delivered several of these for us now, as well as taking care of all of our other existing buildings on a day-to-day basis. That library delivery team that Mary Agnes described for you, I second the kudos to them. IT, facilities, communications, collection development. Over half of this collection is brand new, which is really exciting. And the public services team, who have advised and coached and reassured all along the way. We're very proud of their efforts. I'm very proud of their efforts as the CEO. I want to thank you for being here today. Most importantly, thank you in advance for the many times that you will return in the future, especially if you return with the children of the community in tow when you come back. They're only going to get here if you bring them, so it is really our ask to you that you ensure that the children of this community are able to make maximum use of this library. It's up to the adults to make that happen. It's our mission to enrich lives and build community through lifelong learning. We can do that here in this branch, in this community, and I know that we will make a difference in the quality of life for all who use this new Eagle Library. Enjoy the day and enjoy your new library. Okay.
Thank you, Jackie. Next, I would like to bring to the podium President of the Library Board, Ms. Joanne Sonders.
Thank you, Mary Agnes. It's really a pleasure to be here today. For those of you who know me personally, you know that my full-time work is relatively strong in the theater. So I know firsthand what it means to be behind the scenes, to create a project that brings joy, that brings entertainment, that brings a wealth of information to our community. And all of those members that have been identified by both Mary Agnes and Jackie, who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes over the last couple of years, are the people to whom we owe a debt of gratitude to make this particular library what it is for this community. I'm amazed when I walk up to this, when I see the solar panels. I'm big on the environment. So when Sharon Smith from Facilities first announced that they were going to be using solar panels out here, I thought, I'm already sold on this project. You don't have to say anything else. The fact that the library is one of the few government entities who's taking into consideration things like LEED, things like lighting that can be addressed depending on the natural light coming in the room, the environmentally safe plug-in vehicles that will be able to come here and plug in while they're using the services of the library. I, for one, would like to use that plug-in service and will continue to do that whenever I visit here. So I can't say enough about those individuals that work behind the scene. Dr. Terry Jett is the chair of the Facilities Committee, and between her reports at our committee meetings and the information that Sharon sent or shared with us on a routine basis, we were kept apprised of every step of construction. And you all know when you get involved in a construction project, there's always a surprise. But Sharon skillfully gets through those issues on a regular basis with the support of her staff, and the end result is a project that, from my perspective, is unmatched in our community. My hope is that others will take the message that we're sending out about becoming part and parcel of saving our environment while educating our children and making all sorts of services available to them. All of this is about our children. If we don't save the environment, what are we leaving them? So my goal will be to continue to promote this kind of construction throughout the library system. I really thank Jackie for having the foresight to get involved in these projects at the extent that the strategic plan has allowed, and I look forward to many more of these going forward. Thank you all for being here today. I hope this is not your only visit to this library. I think the children are really going to thrive once they see what's available to them. So again, thank you very much.
Next is Dr. Terry Jett, member of our library board and chair of our facilities committee.
I am honored to serve as a City County Council appointee to the Indianapolis Public Library Board of Trustees, as Secretary of the Board, and as the Chair of the Facilities Committee, which also consists of Trustee Reverend T.D. Robinson, who is the Vice President of the Board, and also appointed by the City County Council, and Trustee Krista Carlino, appointed by the County Commissioners. I would also like to give special recognition to Trustees John Andrews, Dr. Pat Payne, and Judge Jose Salinas. Thank you for coming out to celebrate the opening of this beautiful Eagle Branch Library. And as the daughter of a proud longtime member of the California Nurses Association Union and the mother of a proud member of the American Postal Workers Union, AFL-CIO, I would also like to give a special thank you to the library workers represented by the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFSCME Local 3395, and the president, my friend, Michael Torres. AFSCME is the nation's largest public service employees union. Without their hard work and dedication, beautiful facilities such as this newly constructed Eagle Branch Library could not operate efficiently, if at all. I have a deep love of library facilities, and whenever I travel, I always visit the library because it tells me a lot about the life of a community. Do they have a diverse selection of books, films, archives, etc.? How is the space constructed and used? Am I greeted when I walk through the door in case I have a question? What type of information is readily available? Who is there? You can do some of your best people watching in a library. Just in the last month, I went to the Brooklyn, New York Public Library after visiting the farmers market right next door and saw tons of children sitting on laps of caregivers, learning through computer games, and listening to stories in small sectioned off areas with quotes that hung above them. From Curious George by H.A. Ray, quote, "He put his hat on the ground, and of course George was curious. He came down from the tree to look at the large yellow hat," end quote. From Charlotte's Web by E.B. White was the quote, "It is not often that someone comes along who is a true friend and a good writer. Charlotte was both." visiting the British Library in central London near the King's Cross tram station. While they don't provide checkout services on Sunday, the pleasant young woman standing by the information desk directed me to look at their second-floor exhibit of the work of a British immigrant from Burma by the name of Chris Still Perkins. Along the walls, there were beautiful family portraits of immigrants from Equatorial Guinea and Spain, Senegal, South Korea, Mexico, the United States, and Barbados. I can just imagine a similar array of pictures of families from this vibrant international community that would adorn these walls. And on that same day of my visit to the British Library, I saw tables and tables of students sitting side by side, preparing for exams and writing papers under the shadow of two tall bookshelves that scaled in the middle of the structure from the first floor to the third. Before leaving, I stopped in their gift shop and bought a bookmark with a quote from Albert Einstein. It says, "The only thing that you absolutely have to know is the location of the library." President Barack Obama stated, quote, "Literacy is the most basic currency of the knowledge economy." The late American broadcast journalist Walter Cronkite, who some call the most trusted man in America, stated, quote, "Whatever the cost of our libraries, the price is cheap compared to that of an ignorant nation," end quote. And in a tribute, the late Kurt Vonnegut stated, quote, "I want to congratulate librarians, not famous for their physical strength or their powerful political connections or their great wealth, who all over this country have staunchly resisted anti-democratic bullies who have tried to remove certain books from shelves and have refused to reveal to thought police the names of persons who have checked out those titles. So the America I love still exists, if not in the White House or the Supreme Court or the Senate or the House of Representatives or the media. The America I love still exists at the front desk of our public libraries," end quote. And feminist writer, yeah, I'll write for Kurt Vonnegut. He said that. And feminist writer Rita Mae Brown said, quote, "When I got my library card, that's when my life began," end quote. So for those of you who don't have a library card yet, let this grand opening of the Eagle Branch Library be the day of your liberation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jett. Mary Clark, Executive Director of the International Marketplace.
Okay, don't mess up. Thank you, Mary Agnes. Thank you very much. Jackie, Sharon, you guys won my heart. Thank you.
We got to get you on mic.
Yeah, I tried that. I messed it up.
Is that any better?
Is that better? So I just want to say welcome to everybody. Welcome to the International Marketplace area. This home is home to over 100 languages, some 80 different ethnic restaurants, some 40 different ethnic grocery stores, candy stores, things like that, some 900 businesses, and a new international library. How about that? I'm really excited that you guys are here. It's been a long time coming. The International Marketplace is so supportive. We will direct everyone to this library. So Central Library, look out. I'm not going to stay up here long, but I want to leave you with this. In the international community, just like those of us that love our country here in America, the international community wants the same thing. Healthy communities, a chance at healthy families, and a chance at a great education. So let's love on everybody. Thank you.
Now, can everybody hear me? Thank you, Mary. Next, I would like to bring to the podium Monroe Gray, our City County Councilor from District 8.
Thank you. And it's good to see everybody out here this morning. After all those great speakers, what can I say other than good morning? You know, just a few months ago, we was all here under much different circumstances. Number one, the weather. I don't remember if any of you came to the groundbreaking, but on the day of the groundbreaking, the weather was terrible. It was cold, windy. But look what's happening today. We have a great sunny day, and we open up a brand new library that's going to be good for everyone. This is the second one that I have been privileged to be a part of. We did the Washington Township Library, and now we're doing this one. And one of the good news that I can bring to you is the fact that we open these library without any tax increase. All of this is done within our budget. So that's good news. Mm-hmm. And then on election day, I had a kind of a personal experience about the library. I was working on election day at my poll, and one of the young lady that I've known for a while, she came up to me, and she was telling me about how great the Washington Library was. But it had one problem. Her grandson was a reader. He liked to read. He lived within walking distance of the library, but he could not get a library card. So I couldn't believe, how can you not get a library card? So the next day I went to the branch library, and they explained to me why he couldn't get a library card. So I just couldn't believe it. So I made a call to Jackie, and we met. But when I called Jackie, and I said, Jackie, I need to talk to you. First thing she says, what have I done wrong then? I said, nothing. We just need to talk about something. And I went to talk to Jackie, and she brought the lady up who was in charge of the memberships. And we was able to come up with a solution to the young man's problem, and we was able to get him a library card. But the greatest joy and the Kodak moment for me was I hand carried the card to the grandmother, and to see the joy and the smile on her face for being able to get her grandson a library card meant more to me than anything that I could think of. But that just shows you the importance of the library card. We never know what a person is going to be or what his life is going to turn out to be. But if you read, we know that there's something good going to happen to the person who reads. So my advice to you today, and one that I always get, is that when you leave here today, leave with your library card and never leave home without it.
Thank you, Councilor Gray. And finally, we have to wrap up the program, last but not least, is Councilor Maggie Lewis from City County Council District number 10. Maggie.
I'm not sure who is responsible for the program, but I would never put politicians at the end of any program, so I promise to be brief. Again, my name is Maggie Lewis, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as a member of the City County Council. I simply want to thank Miss Jackie, Miss Joanne for their leadership and vision in making this happen. Also, I would like to definitely thank Miss Mary Agnes for her commitment to our community. You cannot go anywhere on the west side without seeing this amazing young lady. So let's please celebrate her for like 2 seconds. And again, because I want to be brief, I just want to say, make sure that you keep coming back to this area, an area where we celebrate differences, but we recognize that we have so much in common. God bless you.
All right. I've got such. I was going to say, that concludes the speaking part of our program. But now, I was going to say, we'll proceed with the ribbon cutting.